Calgary's sitting at 11 right now. You know what the high temperature they hit yesterday was in Calgary? 18 degrees, 18, too shy of 20 there. And that was, of course, a record-setting high temperature for that date. And what's going on in the west right now, and we talked about this a little bit earlier with the jet stream patterns, there's a big ridge that's built up through parts of BC and Alberta, and a lot of very warm air coming up out of the United States into those two provinces, contributing to those very warm February temperatures. Now, on the other side of that ridge, you can see a little bit further towards the east, making your way through the prairies. It does get colder again as you get into Manitoba. Thompson sitting at -20 right now with sunshine. Winnipeg at -16. That colder air kind of making its way through parts of northern Ontario into areas of Quebec. In that northwest wind last night, we tapped into some of that colder air that brought us that colder night here in the Maritimes, along with the clear conditions. This evening and tonight, though, we are seeing some increase in cloudiness. So cold tonight, but not quite as cold as it was last night. Some flurries already being reported at the Charlottetown Airport. There will continue to be a chance of flurries for eastern parts of the Maritimes for both tonight and tomorrow. That would include Prince Edward Island, parts of the eastern coastline of New Brunswick, especially around Moncton, the southeast, the north shore of Nova Scotia, and locations in Cape Breton. There's the cloud cover developing, moving towards midnight, represented here in through the grays, and you can see that's around for the start of the day for tomorrow. So cloudier start to Saturday compared to Friday, and then making our way into the afternoon, mostly cloudy conditions persist across much of the Maritimes. Winds in the forecast for tonight and tomorrow remain mostly out of the northeast, and they'll be sustained on Saturday, 10 to 20 kilometers per hour, with a few gusts between 20 and 40, so breezy conditions. Low temperatures in the forecast for tonight around the region. Lows in New Brunswick still falling down into the minus teens for most communities. In Prince Edward Island tonight, around Charlottetown and Summerside, a low temperature of around -7. And temperatures in Nova Scotia for the mainland between -6 and -10, and Cape Breton between -4 and -7. Highs in the forecast for tomorrow for the communities in the north of New Brunswick between -5 and -8. Again, a mostly cloudy day and a fair amount of cloud cover down through central and southern areas of New Brunswick. Flurries around Moncton, the southeast, and high temperatures between -3 and -5. For Prince Edward Island on Saturday, mostly cloudy, scattered flurries, and most communities will have a high temperature pretty close to -3. In the east of Nova Scotia for tomorrow, in Cape Breton, high temperatures between -1 and -3 with a chance of some flurries. Same thing goes for the north shore and eastern shore of the mainland. In northern and central areas of Nova Scotia, Amherst around -2. Same thing goes for Truro, city centers, Halifax and Dartmouth with high temperatures of around -1. Same thing goes for Upper Tantallon, Chester and Lunenburg. Bridgewater, -1 as well. Same thing goes for Liverpool and Shelburne. Yarmouth with a high of around -3 for tomorrow. And in the Annapolis Valley, Middleton around -3, Kentville, Wolfville area -3 as well, and a fair amount of cloud cover expected. In the extended forecast, looking ahead to Sunday for New Brunswick, things clear up a little bit, a mix of sun and cloud. Temperatures a little bit below average into the start of next week. Monday, a mix of sun and cloud as well. It's sunshine in the forecast for Tuesday, the possibility of some snow on Wednesday. So that's sort of the next day for New Brunswick that we'll watch for maybe some snows Wednesday of next week, and then chance of flurries on Thursday and Friday, a mix of sun and cloud. For Nova Scotia in the forecast coming up through the weekend, there's basically a chance of flurries, mostly for eastern parts of the province. The same thing goes for Monday. Temperatures a little bit colder to start next week. Tuesday and Wednesday, both a mix of sun and cloud, and the potential for Nova Scotia to get into a mixture of snow and rain on Thursday, followed by a chance of flurries on Friday. And for Prince Edward Island, for the end of the weekend, coming up on Sunday, some more flurries expected. Same thing goes for Monday with highs of around -6. There will be a chance of flurries on Tuesday and Wednesday of next week. If you're wondering why there's flurries in the forecast for PEI throughout the next stretch of days, as winds are mostly out of the north and northeast, so that gives you that chance of flurries off of the Gulf. Snow possible on Thursday of next week, and then Friday, a mix of sun and cloud.